Welcome to yet another session on Linux and shell scripts with AWS. Shell script is a group of commands that are executed as a single program. Let us learn writing some shell scripts. I already have a folder called shell scripts, so I'll change the directory to shell scripts by typing cd. There is an editor in Linux called vi editor. So in order to open the editor, vi followed by a file name you can give. This creates a file if file does not exist, or it opens an existing file. There are some commands that we need to understand while writing shell scripts or while using vi editor. I is to go to insert mode, where you can type some characters on the editor. Escape is to get back to command mode. Colon, when you type, it goes to command mode, and W will write the file or save the file. Colon Q is to quit, and A is to append. So let us type some commands. So let us get into insert mode by typing I. Then I can start typing some text here. So echo is a command to display anything on the console. So I enter echo, enter your name. Here any string or any text can be enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Both are valid. Now in the shell script I am reading the name, then I am appending it to a text hello or something. So let us learn few more commands we have in vi editor. When you press dollar in command mode, this takes the cursor to the end of the line. Dollar is nothing but shift and 4. Similarly, you can type the symbol caret, which is nothing but shift 6 to take the cursor to beginning of the line. DD is to delete a line, and DW is to delete a word. A is the append mode. It helps in adding some characters after the cursor. I think these commands are sufficient for time being. You are good to go to write shell scripts. There are many more commands in shell scripts that we'll see later. So echo enter your name will display this message on the console. Let us read the name that was entered by the user by using the command called read. So read followed by name. Name is a variable which gets created even if you don't declare it. Hash is to give a comment in Unix or Linux. So this is just a comment that I am giving. Now what I am doing is I am going to have a variable called greeting equal to, there is a text called hello which I am going to append, or rather I am going to concatenate it with the name entered by the user. In order to refer to the value of a variable, a prefix dollar is used with the variable. So that gives the value. Now I am printing greeting, so I am saying echo dollar greeting. Here you don't have to use plus operator to concatenate. You just place the variable next to the text that will concatenate. In order to execute shell script, you give the command sh1.sh. So let us do that now. sh1.sh. So it asks me to enter the name. So I enter some name, say Sam. There is an error in line 4. Let us see what the error is. This is a very common error which you can make, so be very careful. Here there is a space after greeting, which means space is also part of the variable greeting. Spaces are not ignored in Unix, so be very careful. So you have to remove all the spaces before and after the equals symbol. So now I go back and execute it once again. Now I enter the name. It prints hello Sam. Let us create another shell script to find greater of two numbers. So let me open the editor with a file name greater.sh. So let me write a comment here to find greater of two numbers. Now I can assign the values this way. If I want to hard code the values to variables, I can write x equal to 10, y equal to something. Or if you want to accept from the user, like how we did in the previous program, I echo a message, enter two numbers. In fact, the quotes are also optional inside text. Now I can read two numbers at a time by separating it with a space, read x space y. Now whenever we have to test or compare two numbers or two operands, we have to use this keyword test. So if test space $x hyphen gt, it's not get there, it is gt $y, echo $x is greater, else echo $y is greater. And here you have to end it with fi. If is ended with fi. So please understand the syntax here. If test $x gt $y, and there is a keyword called then which you have to add after if. So this is the syntax to write a simple if and else block. So this is hyphen gt to find greater of two numbers. You have other options also, like you can use LE, LT, NE, EQ. So these are different options you have similar to GT. So these are operators for comparing two numerical values in Linux. So let me execute it. So we get the output. So 23 is greater. Now let us make a small change in the same shell script. Now in this particular program, there is another possibility that two numbers can be same. So how do I add that condition? For that I need to add elif. Here you have a keyword called elif test $y is greater than $x, then echo $y is greater, then finally you write else. After that you end it with phi or phi, you can call it whatever you want. So let's go back to our shell script, and we have added this code where we have if, elif and else. So let us run this once again. So enter two numbers. So I get 34 is greater. Here I get 21 and 21 are equal. So this program is working fine. Let us understand what are command line arguments. So if you are executing a shell script and then you are passing the arguments this way, they are called as command line arguments. So let us create a file commands.sh and let us understand how to read these arguments from command line. So let me write a comment here to read command line arguments. So what I am doing is I am echoing all the arguments which are passed from the command line, that is represented as $star. This is a predefined variable. $1 is the first argument, $2 is the second argument, and so on. So $star is all the arguments will be printed with a space. Then $hash gives the number of arguments which we pass as command line arguments. So let us execute it. So sh commands.sh, and here I am passing 3, 4 and 5 with a space. So if you see here, it prints all the arguments, argument 1 and 2 and number of arguments. If I pass one more argument or two more arguments, here you can see number of arguments are 5. So this is how you read the positional parameters. They are also called as positional parameters in Unix. So let us go back to this shell script and do some changes here. Let us read all these values by writing a for loop. You have a for loop called for in loop in Linux. So for that, the syntax is this way: for any variable name, in is a keyword, $* is a list of values that I am passing from command line. Start this loop with do, I am printing the number, then you have to end it with done. So whenever you start with do, it has to be ended with done. So now let me run this once again. So we have got all the elements one by one in that order. Suppose I want to find sum of all these numbers. Then what I do is I take a variable sum equal to 0. Now instead of echoing on the console, or in addition to that, I can find the sum. So for that, what I am doing is I am writing sum equal to $sum, which is the previous value of sum, plus $number, the present value that is read from the positional parameters. So let us run this. This gives me error. Probably this is the same error, the same kind of error which we got in the first shell script, that is because of the space. And there's one more thing that we have to do here, that is whenever we are adding numbers or doing some mathematical operations, we can't do it directly. We have to use something called EXPR, that is expression EXPR, and this has to be preceded with a character called grave accent. Let us go back to the shell script again. So here, before EXPR, there should be, the space has to be deleted first of all. Then we need a character accent grave. That is nothing but the character which you see next to one number on your keyboard. It's same as the tilde. It's in the same key as tilde, that's what I meant. So let us print the sum here, equals sum equal to $sum. So let us go back and execute it. Yeah, so this is working. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Wait for the next session. Thank you.